monsters, yeah. I think Skelegro monsters are the best. So again, go to gold, stick them in. Go to silver, stick them all in. Oh, we got the Manticore. Oh, no. Manticore is the one you get for free. We got this guy, which is great. Now, the prize-winning cow doesn't work in a monster weather deck. So either we might remove it, which seems weird, but we may do. We'll see what we do. Always take some clear skies because, you know, there are reasons. Like, that's not immune to weather. So we're probably going to stay off the siege weather. You can take Blizzard, but no one really does that. We'll take our removal options. They're always good to start with, apart from Stammelfors. Don't take that now. They seem popular. I haven't really fought any monster weather decks yet. Now this, as I recall, is very important. We got 3 Foglets. Did I earn that out of a keg? Because normally you only get 2. Things like these are... We know Wild Hunt Riders. Amazing. It looks like Monster Consume is the more likely option here. We take maximum of these. These are worth a lot. They're really good. Looks like we're definitely going weather there. Now the worry is, if I come across another monster weather, what do I do? Right, Ekimara is great. You don't normally get him at the beginning, but we've got him with a keg. He's going to move strength around the board. He consumes a unit on your side and absorbs its strength, and it moves it to the graveyard. So when that pops out as 9, I'll use the Ekimara on it, possibly. Don't get any Arrakis either. We do need some weather, though. Right, we're mainly going Fog and Blizzard. Frost. Oh, we only get 1. Oh, it's pretty hard being a... being a monster player here, isn't it? Let's take that out. Yeah, we're early. Take the Vran, you reckon? I think some wound. Oh, they're siege. That's so good now. So we're looking. Commander's Horns looking good, which adds 5 to all the row. On the siege row, looking good. On that row, looking good. This row looking reasonably good, apart from him. I mean, you know, that's good. So that's beginner monster weather, which is probably one of the better ones. We do seem to have quite a few consume options, though, which is really nice. You could use him and use the ghouls as well. I mean, we could literally go off Frost. We've only actually got 1 Frost. So, it's not looking too good, to be honest. We could go away from Frost and just go for ghouls and fiends. Might be a good idea. Yeah, I think I don't want to spread ourselves too thin, so we'll take some big fiends, and we'll take some ghouls too. Now we've got a lot of units here. Yeah, this is a new account, so free to play, so relatively low cards. So again, we need to get to 25. There's no point going any higher than that. I mean, he's not going to be that good now, so we'll take that out. And we'll take out that. No point moving them to the siege row when I haven't got any weather there. Okay, have a go with that then. Create beginner Scoia'tael. I know you love removal. Well, I generally don't think Scoia'tael are that good, although they have changed quite a bit since the first area. So maybe you can do something with them. Why are you using Drown if no rain? I'm not. Mainly I was thinking of pulling opponents' ancient foglets out of their fog, is what I was thinking. We're fighting against another monster weather, most likely. So, we've got some big units. We've got 2 foglets here. We don't want any of those in our hand. Make sure you get rid of those. Now, there are things about the order of placing cards is important, but we won't go into that. Okay, so we want a clear skies. Our melee is very vulnerable. Thank you very much for the tea. We don't want 2 ghouls. We're not planning on dying a lot yet. No clear skies, which is bad. Yep. Make sure you go for the deck building tutorial. Correct. Right. Now, I can lacerate his row. Stop him from using a Thunderbolt of his own. Is a choice. Now, if he's a beginner like me, he hasn't got too many fogs, so we'll do that. At some point when you're playing this type of stuff, you're gonna start seeing people bringing forth Leshen, bringing forth Caranthir and stuff, and yeah, I would recommend not milling your entire deck. I don't agree with that at all. I'm going to place a Ghoul. It's not going to go up very high strength, but it will consume it from his graveyard. So he's going to have less Foglets for himself. But they're really good cards, these Ancient Foglets. Really good. They're just going to go at 1 point every turn. And I can't really deal with them very much. You know, so it's a bit annoying. So again, I could ping it, or I could not ping it. Ping us. I don't know. So remember, guys, beginners, it's very complicated, the monster deck ability, but relatively speaking, it's the last card you play is the card that's kept. So at the minute, he's going to keep the cow. So he would just play Eredin, though. That's an issue. So if he passes now, he really can't, because he'll keep that cow. And keeping the cow is like the worst thing in the world. I've got the option to ping it if I want. Yeah, that win you a game. Okay, so he's keeping the cow. Now, this is what happened in the previous game. I could destroy that cow and deny him the 9 strength, but I'll lose 1 card advantage for it. Which is, although not true, I think. With the monster deck ability, when it spawns the short, does he keep it? If he doesn't keep it, he'll go to that, which is just as bad. So let's just not waste the cards. So there's a lot of technicality with the monster passive ability. There's no indication on what's going to be kept. We know the cow's kept because that's the last card that he placed. But if I destroy it, spawned units are not kept most of the time, so it would revert back to the previous one. I've got to go first. I'm going to place my version of that. It probably will die, but means that he'll have to use cards. You can pass with a space bar. Well done, guys. That's all you need. Oh, that was lucky. Does he want to do it though? Because that means he's got to work harder. Yeah, he did it right. He's got to beat 17. He can do it with just Eredin. So, I mean, if it was like 27 to 8, I'd probably pass because then he'd have to use 2 cards. But at the minute, he only has to use 1. So, we'll just ping that too. Aracus. So again, make sure you end on a card which you're happy to keep. I think I'm going to go for a large removal here. We'll see how we do. I'm going to line up 2 6s. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Put down my Eredin. He may remove that with a Scorch, because Scorch is an option he has. Pro tip, give me your account data and I will get you to rank 15. I am not even on rank 15 myself, so... Right, so this says only an opposing non-goal, so I can't hit that and then Scorch the 8s, but there's a 9 on the board anyway. Right, so I've got a really strong minion here, and it's guaranteed to come over. Although if he Scorches it, it will go down to the 5. I'm actually going to push him a little bit more. You'll see why. It's a gamble. I don't want him to use Eredin. That is it. That's the gamble. Do not use Eredin. The reason is, I was going to keep Eredin, but that means I can't use my Scorch. You see? Oh, he's using Eredin. Ah, alright. No, that's actually great. That's good, I think. No, because now he has to play another unit or some wounding. Either way, he's not going to keep Eredin, and I'm going to keep an 8 strength. He's going to keep an 8 strength too.
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
Wow, so he's got a nice gold card there. That's a really good gold card for beginners. I believe it's epic, so it only costs 200 scraps. And it gets you card advantage, which is great. So I've got to keep with that. So that is a good scenario for me. And the reason is that providing nothing weird happens, I can Scorch his Eredin. Two 5s on the board, that's again great. Nothing's going to get higher than 11 unless there's an Ancient Foglet on the board, so that is why I kept playing when it didn't seem like it was a good idea to do so. I wanted to make sure that he had Eredin for the next round and I didn't, so that I could use my Scorch. This is a free-to-play account, yes. 10 strength as well. Okay. We'll pop that down. Now, he can't do anything about that, most likely. There are ways to deal with it, but unlikely for a beginner. So it's kind of like I'm putting stuff on the board that's not really revealing anything and just passing the turn back to him. He's done the same, though. So we've got very identical cards here. Now, I'm tempted to remove that to stop Thunderbolt. But I think I need the full value. Was it Thunderbolt? So close. If it's Thunderbolt, he gets 8 value out of it. It's much like a Swallow. Doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what he attacks. Right. So I got that, and I believe it's going to be a draw. So when I place this fog, I'll get 3 foglets. He's got 2. All right. Good draw. Good game. Well played. So a draw, okay, means you both win. Okay, good game, of course. You both win. So we get 2 crowns, which means I level up, or no, I do the daily reward. Sorry. Okay, so I will get a bunch of material, 100 scrap. First time you do it in a day, you get 100 ore. I said scrap a minute ago. So this is really good. It means that's 1 whole keg. So you only have to win 6 rounds. And they don't all have to be together. If you just win 1 round and then you lose the game, you still get 1 round won for your daily rewards. So just lose 6 games but win 6 rounds and you still get a keg. Or you could win 3 games and win both rounds and you get 6. So that's really good. And a draw still gives me some experience, which again will get me some rewards later. Let's try and Francesca. Alright, building the deck, same as usual. Might as well take a 10 strength, he'll run out of favour later on probably. Just take everything. So that's why I really am excited about playing these free-to-play accounts. Because it's like, it's all based on the game, you know. What cards you've got are very similar to what the opponent's got, and it's all about how you use them, how you plan around things. I really like that. We may take a 3rd one of those, we'll have to see. The higher you get, the more refinement you'll see. Every move counts. I think that's probably the same lower down though as well, Mad Monkey, no? I believe it is. I'm going to take 3 of those for now. The reason is that we might have some Elven... Yeah, these girls. Elven Mercenaries. So you play a random special card from your deck. So we'll put 2 of those in. Now the issue is we don't want Scorch to come out. Maybe we'll play them after the opponent has played some. Now, Scoia'tael is relatively got low strength. Most of the time we've got low strength. Weather immune, but they buff dwarfs better. We could probably go for 3 dwarves. 2 of those. Oh boy. Commander's Hall's looking really nice. These guys are actually, I think, better, aren't they? They're 4 strength, they do 3 wounding, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, where these do 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're better. But these do... yeah. So we'll take them out. Weakest units. Oh my god. Add 2 strength to the weakest non-god units on your side. Everything is 4 strength nearly, apart from the cow. The cow is ruining my buzz. But we're going to take him because that's really cool. I didn't realise that kind of synergy. We're going to take 1 or 2 of those because that just is too good to pass up. We may take a Quen because we need a couple more units. 2 swallows are excellent. And that is that. So, Alzor's Thunder is going to be good. Now, do I want Quen? I'm basically thinking putting Quen in for those. 5, 6, 7, 8. He's worth 8 strength. No reason to pretty. Yeah, we'll take him out. There we go. Oops, I turned my screen off. Don't do that. This deck, you know, they're generally good. They'll stay on the board for the entire game if they don't get removed. They'll pull special cards. Now we mainly want that because then you use that to pull more units, which pull that, which pull these guys buff those, so you got that synergy going. These guys are all basic. They're good wounders. Everything is 4 strength apart from these. So if we put some of these on the board and then do that, it's just good.
For Skellige's glory!
My focus.
Oh, we're fighting level 2. Okay. So what am I looking for here? We're going to see how many Mahakam defenders we've got. They probably are removable, but I will probably Quen those immediately and just hope that we get more. Be nice if we had more in our hand. That's good because it's got the potential to pull a Clear Skies. Now it has got the potential to pull a Scorch too. So who are we fighting? Skellige. They're generally right. Okay, let's get rid of a Swallow. This guy's is good. No, it's not. The reason it's not good is because we want her to pull it. But that's good. And let's get rid of that. Okay, Commander's Horn. Great. So the reason we wanted Scorch and Commander's Horn in our hand, and the reason for that is so we don't make sure we don't pull it. So at the beginning of the game, for Scoia'tael, I get to choose who goes first. I'm going to ignore that. Always ignore that round 1. That's a thing. So I went first, unlucky. But always ignore that round 1 with Scoia'tael. There's no reason whatsoever to use it. And it's a flip of a coin whether you go first or anyway. You can gain card advantage later, which is a very important resource. How many more cards you've got over your opponent. But let's start with a will have some wounding here. We are going to place him down. We'll see what he's doing. Most people can't wound 4 unless he's got an Alzor's Thunder. Starter Skellige has no Jutta Undermun. It does. I have it. I just played with it. Jutta Undermun is the Skellige starting silver. Is Quenny enough? You Quenify them all and start total Quenicide. Now, I did actually make a mistake that I should have Quen that before I put it on the board. My mistake. We can Quen something else, or if we get another one we can Quen it. We could Quen the cow. But Quen adds a shield to all units of the same type, so because you've got to apply it to something in your hand, not on the board. Literally playable faction now, yeah. Okay. I'm going to start off in a big way and place that down. Because I'm trying to set up for good stuff later on. I'm feeling much better today, yes. Much better. At the moment, we're playing a free-to-play account. So I'm trying to tell you what I'm playing, why I'm playing it. I played that card because, you know, the opponent generally can't do anything about it. It doesn't affect the board in any way. If I pull out a Scorch, then I didn't want anything higher than 6 because I don't want to have to. But I also don't want to remove that. I mean, I could have killed it with that card there. It does 7 damage. But the thing is, when that goes to the graveyard, when resurrected, gain 3 base strength. So it's beneficial to put those in the graveyard for the opponent. Beneficial for the opponent, I mean. So I decided I didn't want to do that. So yeah, so flexing on him with Geralt is perfect. Perfect. Oh, we're good stuff there. So I won, which means I have to go first. Okay. So I'm going to make the opponent go first, gaining card advantage instead. That's how you want to use it for Scoia'tael. It's really good to get more cards than your opponent. I won, so I have to go first. But instead, I make him go first. So he has to place a card down first. And then when he wins this round, which probably will happen because I'll let it happen, he will have to go first again. So as you can see, that's starting to get quite worrisome. So a Scorch is fine, but we really want to Scorch on the very final round. Okay. And in fact, he's got nothing in his graveyard. So I'm going to place that down. And we'll probably call it there, maybe. We'll see if he removes it. What is blacklisting? I don't want to go too in depth in this beginner thing, but basically blacklisting is, say this was my draw thing, okay? That was my draw. If I've got 3 of these guys in a deck and 3 of these guys in a deck, and I got my draw like this, if I didn't want him, if I redrew him, I would guarantee not getting any more Dwarven skirmishes for that one draw period. So, whilst I'm in my redraw phase, if I got rid of him as my first card, I'll guarantee not getting the other 2 Dwarven skirmishers. Okay? In any of the other draws that I did. Whereas if I redrew that, I would again guarantee not getting another Elven mercenary in my draws, but I've already got 2 in my hands, so the percentage is less, so I'm actually not as effective. Right, yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this enough to pass. We'll use Gwent and just waste his time. Yeah, blacklisting is very important. But do not worry about that. Okay, for now. It's just how... It's like saying, if you redraw this card, we guarantee you won't get any more of those cards when you redraw it. But it's really kind of important when you start trying to optimize your draws. So I played Gwent, which means because I won the previous round, as you can see down here, he can't really pass. If he passes, I place all my cards and I win. So I played Gwent, which doesn't do anything onto the board, and now he has to place another card that he really doesn't want to because he knows that I'm going to pass. You want to pass, you got to pay. Why did the tutorial not explain this? The tutorial's a bit out of date, I would say. So, the worrying thing is that if I pass again, he pings my cow. But, we've got Francesca as the leader ability too. Really good to try and keep her until the final round, if possible. Now, I'm going to pass, but I may have made a mistake. Maybe I should bleed him of cards a bit more before passing. Because he might be able to combo really well next turn. I feel like I've got a couple of good removals here. Okay, we've got a nice strength here. Scorch! Excellent! Now, the reason why it's excellent is not just that I've got Scorch, which is great, because he's undoubtedly going to have more than 9 strength than me. Skellige are that way inclined. But it also means that I guarantee not getting it when I don't want it with one of these, when they pull a random non-gold special. So I can guarantee what these guys are going to pull out. Now, I mentioned earlier that the Gwent tracker is really effective to just see what you've got left. And it's even more so with these cards. These cards really work well with Gwent tracker. Okay, it's free to download and you don't have to install anything. You just double click it before you run Gwent. So I can see here, my special cards are Lacerate, which again... it's a bad card for me. I have to make sure I could waste it, but I want to make sure he's got some units on the board before I do that. And First Light, which again is a great card for me because it means I just chain out. I throw that out, I get First Light, and I pull out another unit as well. So let's just pull out... I think... Do I think that, though? I do. I think I do, yeah. I think he's going to have a Scorch somewhere. So, if he's going to use a Scorch, he'll use it on that. So, let's see if he does. What does Gwent do? It gives these guys a shield, which means they can't be wounded by wounding effects for 1 hit. So, you notice I just hit him for some damage. They can't hit these for some damage. But they can still be scorched and stuff. You don't get bears in beginner Skellige. You could craft bears. Alright, so let's see what else we want. Now, she can rejigger your hand a little bit, so I'm thinking like I might do that. We want a Hawker Healer or a Sheldon Skaggs. And I'd very much enjoy getting rid of Swallow Potions to do it. That's really good. 2, 4, 6. Was that? Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. He's worth more than a Swallow. Only by 1 point, but it's enough. So is Quen finally a meme? Yeah, it's always a meme. Rejigger the jigger! What is that face you got there? Okay, so I rejiggered. These guys are really good if you're stacking up on one row, which I'm hoping to try and do. And I was really looking for this 10 strength unit, but this guy is like 9, so that's pretty good. Alright, a lot of units there. Oh, if I could get rid of some of that damage there. Doing that would give me 2 9s, which is pretty bad. I'm waiting for the... Now, to be honest, I was waiting for the Axeman, but... Officer. We're not going to do the officer until we've got these 4. We want to make sure we've got loads of 4s on the board. Now, if he's got that Plantodorok Armor Smith, that's really good.
Have strength, my love.
Hey, lacerate. There we go. Remove that card. Now, it may not be too good if he's got a medic, but then we can scorch it. I felt like the officer was a good pick. Most people don't pick it, but a lot of my units were 4 strength. They were 4 strength. They were 4 strength. He was 4 strength. However, you know, if I'd hit something where it would have killed it, it would have been better. You know, and he gives 2 strength to them all. So, and he's 4 strength. So everything was 4 strength. I only had like 1 unit which was below, and that was the cow. So it was really impressive. 4 strength. 4 strength. 4 strength. Oh, and those guys. You never knew the Mulligan had so much strategy. Yeah, there is some pretty decent strategy in the Mulligan. Things like the witches only count as a single unit, though. They don't count as like a trio. That's actually screwed up my thing quite a bit. Oh boy, that screwed up my officer.
As a poison.
But at least my Scorch has become viable now. I can use it on 2 7s. But we know he's going to pull out probably a 15 strength minion or a 14 strength minion. Hopefully not both, because that would be difficult. Basically, the strategy for me is keep all these melee units alive, because then we can plop her down and use Commander's Horn. Now, we know he's not going to have weather because he's got units here which are not immune to weather. So great, I was absolutely right. Absolutely right, great. I feel good about that. 2 8s on the board now. 2 8s is 16. So that's a 15. Does wound itself though. So if it saves the war cry, it will go from 13 to 23. So we'll see if we can't just wait a little bit longer before we do anything.
Your kneecaps broken.
What's really interesting, he could war cry again and they go up to 16 apiece, which is really interesting. I mean, his ultimate play, I don't know what cards he's got, his ultimate play would be Priestess of Freya into that other one in the graveyard, 15, which he buffed up. That will go down to 13, then war cry, and he'll have 16, 16, and 23. Oh, 26. Maths. UK maths. Don't come to my school. Don't work in my school. This could easily be a priestess. I think that's what he's hoping for. Oh, it's a ship! It's a ship! Get it, lads! So I've got 3 4s on the board. Great. That means we're going to get 2, 4, 6 value out of him on buffing, and we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if he's got a war cry though, I'm actually playing into his hands. But we're going to have to just take that as we get it. Oh, actually, it only hits the lowest strength. Sorry. I'm not going to get all that much. That's sucky, doesn't it? What is your favourite tea? Yorkshire tea. Always drink Yorkshire tea when you're playing Gwent. Stick your finger out if you want. It's optional. The ship has blocked my scores, but really, I'm fishing for bigger fish. I'm looking for bigger fish with this scorch business. There we go. There we go. Bigger fish. Alright, I'm going to take that out. Too bad there's no Igni. Yeah, I think a lot. Exactly. All these 6s on the board. Now, as a advanced player, this is dangerous. Really dangerous. As a beginner, you generally don't have to worry about Geralt Igni too soon. He scorches one specific row.
We ought to help one or the other.
I mean, Geralt Igni might be something people craft very quickly, so I may have to worry about it. Please don't make me worry about it. Right, and we bad manners just for a little bit. But you always give him a good game, though. We just wanted to show what he had. I think he probably had a Scorch left in his hand. I kind of played underneath it the entire game. I gave him one opportunity. Good game to you, Mr. Smoother Son. And again, we won, so we get both sections here. Which is great. Got 15 ore and some experience. And we got a whole new keg as well. For our level 2 reward, you get a keg. So we've got 2 kegs we can get. And we get a nice chunk of scrap as well. Okey-dokey. BMM a beginner. I've got no scruples, have I? BMM a beginner. Pinky's out for Harambe. Good manners from KBT. Wow. But then I BM'd, so just wanted to see what he had. I just wanted him to see what I had. I wanted him to see what I had.